Hey, TPT sellers, imagine showing up at the very top of the TPT homepage for free right when your customers are ready to buy. Check this out. This is the top of TPT. That's my brand new product sitting first. This spot is completely in your control. You show up in front of a warm audience, so your chances of making sales go up. Here's how it works. This top section is called New from Your Favorite Teacher Authors. It only shows if the teacher's logged in, it only shows resources from stores that they follow, and it only works with brand new products. Updating an old one won't do it. But if you fit the criteria, this spot is prime real estate because it's above the fold. Buyers don't have to scroll down to see it. This is one of the best free ways to get seen on TPT. Now, the real question is, how do we land in that spot right when buyers are online? That's what this video is about. Hi, my name is Mike Fuchigami, and I'm the host of the SEOTpreneur YouTube community. In this video, we're going to look at three things. First, we'll find the exact time that your buyers are shopping in your specific store so that you can publish when they're active. Then, we'll talk about how to use that timing to boost sales. And since some of you may still be unsure about this strategy, at the end, we'll look at other small changes in TPT land that made a big difference in revenue. Make sure to watch to the very end because I'll also share an easy hack to help you get more followers on TPT so that this strategy works even better. This tool is a flash freebie until Sunday. After that, it becomes a paid resource. If you have the Ultimate Bundle, which is a growing bundle, you already have this resource. Just click the link in the video description. If you're watching this after it's already a paid resource, make sure to sign up for the SEOTpreneur email newsletter. Go to SEOTpreneur.com/email. That way you won't miss out on the next freebie or important TPT SEO tip. Most people don't know this, but there's a new setting in our dashboard that lets us view our data by the hour. If I go into my TPT Seller dashboard, I'm going to switch the metric to units sold. Then I'm going to select the date range to a 30-day window. It has to be less than a month or the TPT system won't show you the data by the hour. I'm going to use September 1st to September 30th, 2024 because I want to know how teachers will be buying from my store next month. Teaching is cyclical. We can use last year's data to gain insights into this year. Now I'm going to go to the right-hand side and change the view in the drop-down menu to hour. So this graph on the TPT Seller dashboard isn't useful yet because it still shows us sales per day. But at the bottom of the screen, there's a download link. And if you click that, you can get a CSV file that has data by the hour. Now go grab TPT Seller tip number 26, download the PDF. In the PDF, there's a tutorial video with step-by-step instructions, as well as a link to get the Google Sheet tool. To speed things up, I've already uploaded my CSV files. Here's the heat map. Now, I like to look at the summary rows. If I look here at the bottom, I can see that in September, Sunday and Monday are dark purple. These are the days that I get the most sales. This red column shows the total sales for the month broken down by hour. In my store, I can see that buyers are shopping in the morning around 9 and 10 a.m. I also see some sales in the afternoon. The point of this exercise is to spark our imagination and try to guess what these teachers are thinking as they buy. I think teachers who shop on Sunday afternoons are getting ready for the week. Maybe they're buying bigger bundles or full units. And if that's the case, then I should make sure that the product page explains how this resource covers several weeks. I also wonder about the people buying at 9 or 10 in the morning. They're probably doing it at school during their prep time. They need something fast and easy. So for those products, maybe I should make sure that they are no prep, print and go resources. And now the question is, how do I show that in the product description, the thumbnails, and the preview? Right now, we're looking at data for the entire store. Let's do a deep dive for a specific product or product line. If I go back to the TPT Seller dashboard, I'm going to click on the product drop-down menu. Now, I want to learn more about the people who are buying my best-selling product. So I'm going to click deselect all and then choose only my reading bundle. But you might be interested in a specific product line. And if that's the case, go through and select all of those products. I suppose I can type reading, and I'm only going to select the big bundles because that's the buying behavior that I want to learn more about. So I'm going to select this differentiated reading bundle as well. And then just like last time, I download the graph data from TPT. Here's the heat map showing when people bought my 2 biggest reading bundles in September 2024. This time, I noticed that sales mostly happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during the school day, or just before or just after. That makes me wonder if some of those teachers are using school funds. And if so, how can I make the product page stronger so it's easier for a teacher to show their admin why this resource is worth it? The TPT product page makes it simple to download a preview PDF and share it. And maybe I can use this to my advantage. What if the preview PDF was designed to stand alone as a sales document? Now, I know some TPT sellers are very worried about school districts banning TPT. Could this be a risk? Maybe. Depending on when you're watching this, you can compare data from September 2025 to September 2024 and see if the shopping habits have shifted. If you learned something new, can you please like this video because this encourages me to make more content like this to help you increase sales on TPT. Now that we have a better picture of who is buying our stuff, let's turn it into action. Here are some little experiments that we could tinker with to try to improve our sales. Experiment number 1. I wonder if we would make more sales if we publish when our buyers are actually shopping. What if we timed our new product launches to match what we see in our heat map? Think about it. Have you ever published a resource and then maybe made a sale right away? I'm not sure that first sale comes from TPT search, especially if your product doesn't show up on page 1 yet. What if that sale actually came from someone who already follows your store? And if that's true, do we want to publish when our buyers are sleeping or when they're online shopping? Remember, for this strategy to work, it has to be a brand new product. Updating an old product doesn't push you to the top of the follower feed. But timing isn't enough. We also need to make products that teachers actually want. And that's why having a clear niche is so important. Teachers will follow and trust us if we solve their problems and keep showing up with useful content. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't do this very well in my teacher store yet. I'm still testing different product lines to see what works. So this means that the timing trick might not work as well on that store because I'm not always creating what my followers are looking for. But in my TPT Seller store, I do have a clear niche. I make affordable, high-quality data tools that help sellers increase their sales. For example, I published TPT Seller tip number 26 on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025 at 3 p.m. And within 24 hours, it had 47 downloads. I only have 533 followers, so that's about a 9% engagement rate. Here's the funny part. I didn't intentionally use the publish when people buy trick for that launch because I hadn't thought of it yet. But if I look at my timing heat map for my TPT Seller store, it looks like Wednesday afternoon is actually an ideal time. If I was more intentional, I would have published it a little bit earlier, but oh well. So these 47 downloads may have come from my followers, or they may have come from other places where I shared this resource. If you downloaded this tool, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Did you see it in your TPT feed? Did you see the post in our TPT SEO Facebook group? Did you see the link in the pro community? Or did you click on the link in this YouTube video? Leave a quick comment and let me know. Experiment number 2. If you're teaching in the classroom, you can't always hit publish at the perfect time. And TPT doesn't let us schedule product launches yet. I wish they did. But if you know that most of your buyers shop at lunchtime and they're in a hurry, we can still use that to our advantage. Those buyers need clarity fast. That means a simple title, a clear cover, and a short product description that shows how your resource solves their problem. And their problem is probably, I need something to teach after lunch. So the question is, how can you change your product page so that people in a rush can make a quick decision to buy? Experiment number 3. I wonder if email timing could also follow our heat map. If your data shows sales at 9 a.m. on weekdays, what if we sent out a newsletter just before then? Or if Sunday afternoon is your busy time, then I wonder if a Sunday afternoon email that shared a no prep resource and maybe a quick teaching tip, I wonder if that would lead to more sales. It might be worth trying to send emails when teachers are actually shopping. Now, some of you might be thinking, Mike, this feels like such a small change. How much of a difference could it really make? And you're right. I don't know. The only way to find out is to test it. Nothing works for everyone all the time. If you're not making new products, then this timing strategy won't help. And if you don't have a clear niche, then this trick probably won't be as strong either. And if you don't have a lot of followers on TPT yet, then there isn't anyone for your products to appear in front of. If this sounds like you, make sure to keep watching to the end, because at the end, I'll show you a quick change that you can make right now to start getting more followers. So yes, changing the time we publish is a small thing. It might not matter, but what if it does? There are lots of times in TPT land when we thought the extra work didn't matter when it actually does. Do you remember when we first started and we were just excited to hit publish? We didn't spend a lot of time on the cover or the description. And then later on, we learned how important the cover was and how the first lines are a huge part of the sales funnel. A little extra work there can make a big difference in sales. And at the beginning, many of us thought that a watermarked version of the resource was good enough for the preview. And then we figured out that the preview is actually a key part of the sales process. It's not just a place to repeat your thumbnails. It's a place to add value and show more and convince teachers that your product solves their problem. And what about our first covers? A lot of us cringe when we see them now. And then we learned about mock-ups. They take a little bit more time, but they help teachers imagine using your product in their classroom, and that can lead to more sales. I know TPT sellers who have seen huge gains when they started to use high-quality product photography. It's a little thing, but it can have a huge impact. So there are lots of examples in TPT land where small changes actually mattered. And I wonder if timing might be another high-yield strategy. We won't know until we try. And if you already publish at certain times, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What time do you publish and why? And when you look at your time heat map, is it supported by the data? At the beginning of the video, I talked about a bonus tip that I would share with you. It's an easy hack to get more followers on TPT. The new TPT product page shows the first part of your store profile right after the product description. So if a teacher reads all the way down, it means they liked what you wrote. You solved the problem for them. They're your people. So let's invite these readers to follow our stores. Your very first sentence in the store profile should be a call to action, because this line shows up right beside the follow button. You could just write, click the star to follow my store, but if you give a reason, that makes it easier for people to say yes. So you could say, click the star to get free stuff, or you could say, click the star to save 50%. If when you launch products, you launch them at 50% off. Or you could call out to a pain point like, click the star to get no prep second grade ELA resources. And if you call out your niche, then teachers will say, yes, I want that, and they'll click the star. Now that you know when your people are buying your products, I can't wait to hear about how you use this information. Let me know in the comments below, in the Pro Forum, or at the next Bootcamp, which is starting this Sunday. By the way, the Bootcamp is free for Pro members. So just reach out to me if you have any questions about how to join. Oh, and the secret word is HEM. See you in the next video. P.S. If you're still watching, it's time to hit that subscribe button, because you're my people. And if you've already subscribed, can you hit the bell so you don't miss notifications when I publish new stuff, especially the freebies? Bye for now.